Hi there, Save with Crypto here. So I got a message sent to me by a very famous person, and I thought I'd better comment on it. So just have a listen.
Hi, savewith crypto. It's Andrew Tate here. Now, this ETF, haram, it doesn't seem to be doing much. I was expecting a lot more. Can you explain?
Okay, so isn't doing much. I think it has, but it's not done what people expected it to. It's kind of crashed the price. I think something quite relevant is this video here by Trader Main. Do have a look at his channel and subscribe and tell him I sent you, because I think this is quite relevant, and it was kind of the way I was thinking anyway. And you might have noticed that I didn't really talk about the ETF because, well, A, I didn't know what was going to happen, and B, I suspected that it would be at least an anticlimax. I didn't expect it to be quite so negative. Just have a listen to this, because I think this is quite relevant.
So I didn't think that some announcement that's basically been telegraphed for a long ass time, 6 months plus, we've known about this ETF coming. The idea that we were just going to launch 20% higher on the actual approval, to me, was just crazy. So I know there were some people who were like longing right into the event, being like, all right, here we go. This is what we're waiting for. They're going to approve it. And they're like expecting some sort of 20% fucking candle to the upside. I just think that that's crazy to think that you can have something that we already knew was going to happen. We already knew it was going to get approved, and you're just going to get a free 20% pump. There's no free lunches in this space. And to me, I've been talking about this for a while, right, guys? I'm like, I think Bitcoin's due for a correction. I think just based on the chart alone, it's due for a correction on the high time frame. So due for the correction, it's just a matter of time. And as you can see now, the weekly chart looks kind of jacked.
Yeah, so that was about 6 days ago, and sure enough, the price of Bitcoin has come down about $3,000 since then, which is a kind of surprise. At the same time, it's not. Now, apparently, in every bull market so far, there has been, on the way up, corrections of up to 40%. And if we look at 40% from the high we had a few weeks ago, what date was that? That was 11th of January. If we look at that and go down 40%, that would take us to about $29,000. So what I'd say is, if you're thinking about doing a long at some point, make sure you can cope with that kind of dump. So you're either talking a very low leverage long, or kind of laddering in around the $30,000 price and then going down to, say, 28. That would be a safe thing to do. That said, there is a kind of falling wedge here, and these have a more likelihood of breaking out to the upside. Is that possible? Well, you see, this went up pretty quick here, went all the way to whatever it was, 48,000, and it looks like it ought to do that sort of thing. So 28,000 looks quite feasible, doesn't it? Now, what I'm thinking is, if the smaller probability is that we drop down from this this wedge thing, that means to me that 28k is quite possible. That said, the US market's open in like 10 minutes, so I have no idea what's going to happen. I mean, the problem is with Bitcoin, it's just behaving a bit erratic as far as I can see, since all this ETF stuff. I think for me, what I might do is I might just set some long orders further down here and then see what happens. Now, the problem is, with a lot of people thinking about lower targets, once again, it's seeming a bit too easy, isn't it? It's like the opposite of the ETF, get good news, the price goes up. Everything's gone bad, the price will go down. And for that reason, I'm not keen on shorting this. I'm not keen on going long now, and I'm just going to sit on the fence for a little while and see what happens. But I'm going to make sure I've got some USDT ready to buy those lower levels if they happen. And I'm also going to make sure I've got a little bit of Bitcoin that I can then long on the way back up. So this is all fitting in with the idea of the video I had for like 5 months ago, where I was talking about the price of Bitcoin ending up somewhere in the golden pocket of a Fibonacci. So Let's go from there up to that high there from a few weeks ago. And that does bring the golden pocket prices down to like 28k to 32. And that's the kind of price I'm expecting by March or April. Anyway, the markets have just opened and Bitcoin seems to be possibly going back up a little bit. I mean, maybe there is a bit of a bottom here. Who knows? This is really tricky to trade. But if you want to have a go at trading it, I'm using Bitget, which is okay in the UK. If you go to savewithcrypto.org/Bitget, you get to my referral link, which gets you up to $30,000 trading bonus. And also that will make you eligible for my $1,000 giveaway that I'm doing that's coming out of my own pocket. There's details about that in the video that will be linked at the end of this one, so do go and check that out. But before you do that, can you please give the video a like and leave a nice comment and make sure you're subscribed, make sure you've got the little bell ticked on all, and above all, tell your friends.